Dave.
Nate.
Nate. I'm gonna be calling on you. What's a beefsteak dinner about?
Beef.
Beef and steak and dinner, right? Well, here at a beefsteak dinner, if you haven't been here before, to a beefsteak dinner before like Nate has, this was a very traditional dinner, mostly in the northeast of our country in its early days, kind of celebrating politicians, celebrating an appointment to an office, and a way to really kind of get the community together and have a big rah-rah. Now, traditionally, back in the day, it used to be a much more masculine approach and a much more masculine event. But today, as we live in a modern society, we've brought women on board with the beefsteak, and we celebrate together as one American society. And so as we sit here in our very heated political environment as we are today, no matter who you're voting for, there's one thing that's clear, and that's the fact that nobody's addressing the real issues. We've watched the 3 debates, and no one's talked about the important things that are shaping America and shaping our society. And so what we want to do today is we want to break down the party lines, because today, whether you're Republican or you're Democratic, today you're actually part of the cocktail party. And we're going to debate the important issues of cocktails. And what those issues are. How do you make an old-fashioned? Do you make the old-fashioned or the new old-fashioned? How do you make a sour? Do you like an egg white or you go strictly non-egg white? These important things that'll help us propel our society, propel our culture into the new millennium, into the new era and the new age as Americans, these are the things that we're going to talk about today. And we're going to drink a little bit of Maker's Mark along the way. If you haven't been to a beefsteak, I want you guys to know that this is now your napkin and this is your fork and spoon and knife. There are no serving utensils or cutlery on the table. That's for a reason. You eat with your hands. This is your napkin. The things that'll come out, they won't have serving utensils. Everything will be family style. Eat as much as you want, because a beefsteak is really a celebration of gluttony and having a good time. The drinks will be poured and the whiskey will flow like the river or the bayou. And so please make sure to order liberally, and please make sure to take care of yourself and do so responsibly. If you feel as though you've ordered a little too liberally and not conservatively, let Frank or myself, Hallie or Tina, let us know, and we will make sure that we will take care of you and get you home safely. That is part of our process and part of our commitment to making sure everybody enjoys themselves in a safe environment. Please make sure to let us know if you feel as though you've been overserved. Get that out of the way really quick. Throughout the evening, as the courses are served, we're going to debate. And we have some very brave people who have volunteered to debate tonight. And so what we'll do is we will call them up, debate by debate by debate. We're going to do 3 total. And as they come up, they will be given the topic that they will have to debate. And then we have what side of the debate they're going to debate, or what they're going to argue for. So even if you believe that you should make an old-fashioned the stirred way, you might end up having to argue for making the old-fashioned the muddled way, which is the way that I learned how to make an old-fashioned. If any of you have been bartending for more than 10 years and you all have to make a muddled old-fashioned, you're lying to yourselves and you're too cool for this room, so go home. All right? That's the truth, isn't it? That is the truth. All right. So what will happen is everybody will grab their position, or whoever is debating will take their position. You will have 30 seconds to collect your thoughts, and then we will time 2 minutes for you to argue your case. Please feel free to argue as long and as loud as you'd like under those 2 minutes. After the 2 minutes are up for both sides, we'll have a 30-second rebuttal, and then by applause, by your applause, and that's what these guys here are for, by your hoot and holler and your applauding, you will vote for the side that you like the most. And it's very important that you vote loudly, because there's some pretty high stakes. Not the future of the free world, but an amazing bottle of Maker's 46 cask strength that you can only get from our distillery in Loretto, Kentucky, that I have brought up specifically for you guys. We have 3 of these, 1 for each debate. We also have a 4th, and that 4th is going to be for the dirtiest apron. So if you don't feel like you have what it takes to come up and debate, but you'd still like to take some home of this fantastic whiskey that you can't get anywhere else besides Loretto, Kentucky, or a beefsteak dinner, then maybe you want to decide that napkin, that idea of a napkin, left you before you even walked in the room. So, sounds like a lot of fun, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Has anybody been to B&B before?
Yeah.
Yes? Well, you know the food's going to be delicious. If you've had Maker's Mark before, you know the whiskey's going to be delicious. We'll talk a little bit about that along the way. And if you know the person standing next to you, you know the company's going to be fantastic. So let's have a good time tonight. Thank you for coming. Let's have a good beefsteak, guys. Cheers.